So I wanted to mention real quick and give my honest review after I've actually used the lens. This is a Sigma 30mm f1.4. It's a contemporary lens. I did purchase this lens about 2.5 months ago, and I've used it nonstop ever since I've had it. It hasn't left my camera body. I'm currently using the Sony a6000 camera, and this lens is a staple now to my camera bag and to this body. I wanted to mention the type of quality that you receive with this lens. It's actually out of the park. It's amazing. It's super sharp, it's super quiet. It's super clear and it just feels good. The lens is not ridiculously big for this tiny little body. This is a small camera as it is, and it kind of fits like a glove. The material of the lens blends right in to the material of the camera. For such a good and inexpensive lens, I think it's really worth it to have that be part of your bag. If you have a Sony a6000 or a Sony A-series camera, you need this lens. Not sure how it compares to a Canon body. I do have a Canon body, but I don't have the Sigma lens for it. But this lens is amazing. The quality of pictures that I've been able to take with it has been amazing. The bokeh on this lens has been so creamy, so beautiful. Really makes the subject pop and stand out. I personally haven't had a problem with the lens focusing, but it does have a little bit of issues hunting when it's in low light situations, unless I'm at f1.4, obviously. I've used it both with an external flash and I've used it with the in-camera flash just to test out the difference between both. Obviously, there's a major difference between an external flash and, this tiny little flash that's on here. It's right there. This camera has a ton of features that pairs up with the lens, so you're actually able to use any feature that comes with this camera on this lens, which is pretty amazing. You have features such as eye autofocus that on other lenses that aren't Sony, it doesn't work. It's pretty cool that it works on this one. So I do use this for a lot of portrait work, and I do use it in the studio almost every time that I'm in the studio. The Sony a6000, I know it's an older camera, but it is my in-studio camera. It's super fast, super good. And it is mirrorless. It's my first mirrorless camera that I've owned, and I think it's so worth it to have a mirrorless camera, only due to the speed and the accuracy. What you see is what you get. But with this lens, what you see on the camera, it doesn't even compare to what you see on your computer. When you zoom in to start seeing the quality of the photo, there's no pixelating, there's none of that. It's actually really amazing. Super sharp. You see every eyelash, you see everything, and it still is able to blur out those backgrounds really well. So I'm going to show you on the iPad real quick just a little example of a picture that I took in the studio. I do have my own studio here in Miami, but look at that quality, and that's with the Sigma 30mm f1.4 lens. It's pretty amazing what the lens is actually capable of doing, and it's super clear. It's, like I said, it's become my favorite lens. It has not left my camera body at all. And this is without flash. So this is just soft box lighting, steady light, no flash, and it's able to create pictures, with the right settings to make them really be out of this world. So here's another example. A cute little baby. Super sharp, super clear. This lens is amazing. If you're having a home studio, or if you have a studio and you have an a6000 or a Sony body, get this lens. I mean, you won't regret it. It's the perfect depth of field, and it's the perfect wideness and range. that you can get for your money. It's amazing and it's perfect for studio work. It's compact on the camera, so it doesn't sit very, very out. It's not too chunky. It's not heavy at all. It probably weighs like 2 pounds, but compared to the camera that also weighs like 2 or 4 pounds, it's perfect. The lens itself is very quiet. I haven't had a problem with any loud noises or any like you know, when it's having the focusing. I guess because it's mirrorless, it kind of does everything internally. This is super smooth. I haven't really like gotten into the manual focusing on this camera. I would on my Canon body, but on the Sony a6000 I have no problem with the autofocus, and especially that it has the eye autofocus that works with this lens. I haven't really had to use manual focus, so I didn't really test out the manual focus on this lens. I don't find the need to because it's just so good without it. That feature, the manual focus feature, would be pretty awesome if I was doing a lot of outdoor portraits, which I have, but I haven't had any problem focusing with autofocus. So I would 100% recommend this lens. This is the 2019, I guess the updated model. I guess the 2018 model. I know that they redid it. It's amazing. Just buy it. I mean, if you're even thinking about it and you're looking at videos like this to see if you want to get it, just buy it. It's worth it. It's very, very strongly made, and you know, when you buy it, I bought mine off of Amazon, probably for like $350. So worth it. And it hasn't come off this camera, so I think that I would 100% recommend this lens to anybody who's looking into buying one. So if you're looking for something comparable to a 30mm and you wanted to get that wide range, this lens is it. I will probably insert some pictures in the end so you guys can see for yourselves the good quality and the quality of pictures that this actually creates. And yeah, I would love to try out different Sigma lenses and see which one I like better. I think this is gonna be a staple forever, as long as my camera survives it. And yeah, pretty much it. I've tried it out for 2.5 months and I'm sold on it. I love this lens, and I've had lenses before, like the 24mm pancake lens. I like it, but not like this. So yeah, pretty much it. Yeah.